For both nights.
How far back from the front row?
Not on the floor.
Not on the floor at all.
Lower seats for like what, 30,000?
Yeah.
Really?
This is our first Mania. I'm like, you know what? Go big or go home. I know.
So much fucking money for a seat.
And so it's been really, really incredible.
Off, be a critic. Be a fan.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
Tip-off! Hasbro. Joe fan that is PulseCon time. You literally can make Hasbro.
A copy of a copy.
Yes, I know there's assholes out there saying like, wait, so this guy wants us to send him money to do nothing? You're thinking about you when you say that.
Fuck off! How fucking dare you make a sensible financial move!
Dick and all this dick and...
You turned yourself into a meme on that one. No, God! No, God, please, no!
Hasbro doesn't seem to be doing very well right now, Bobby. I don't know if you...
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it's not a toy industry thing because you don't see other companies laying off over 100 people and having bad earnings reports and this and that.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Toypocalypse is here. The meteors have struck. And the ports are empty. And the toy tubers, well, we're pretty upset. Anyway, to the news. Last week, Nintendo Switch announced they were upping their prices, including games at $80. This week, Xbox decided that Microsoft needs in on some of that action and up their games to $80, as well as everything else. Hey, Sony, what are you talking about, huh? And what is an obvious bait and switch move? The Switch sold out, which prompted Xbox to say, yeah, we like money. Most critics are pointing out that you can get really good games for almost half the price now from independent studios. Just throwing it out there. Maybe the indies are making a comeback. Too bad the apocalypse is here. In a closely related story, many are bitching about WrestleMania 41 tickets, especially after discovering that for a slight $40,000, you can have front row seats to SummerSlam. Here's the problem. You spent the $30,000 for the WrestleMania tickets. The company's gonna go, hey, let's go 10,000 more and see what we can do. It's called feeding the dragon. It's the exact same thing that happened with the Switch. It sold out. Xbox said, hey, I like money. I mean, seriously, when I see people bitching about the prices, I'm going, then why did you pay them? But then again, we got our own version of that with the Maximum series and Marvel Legends. So, yeah. It's tough all over, guys. Everybody's trying to gouge you. And the gougers are winning because people are dumb, I guess. I don't know. But let's just imagine for just a second. Let's say we stand up to the gougers and say no more. An empty stadium for WrestleMania. A packed warehouse of Maximum series. A packed warehouse of Nintendo Switch 2s. What do you think will happen? They'll go, oh shit, we screwed up. Don't you realize the power you have? Now at this point, some asshat in the comments is going to say, oh, you're just mad because you're poor. Well, I had a quippy response to that, but then I saw a real-life fake wizard who had an even better one.
Gaming is a luxury hobby. I'm not cheap or poor. No, you're just an unempathetic narcissist asshole who thinks they sound more upper class by spending $80 on Mario Kart. I bet you stick your pinky out while you're drinking your morning apple juice that your mom pours for you after you crawl out of bed at noon on a Tuesday, because it's gotta be hard being a perpetually single, unemployed Reddit moderator full-time.
Hold on.
The prices on the WrestleMania tickets were so high, it made Dutch Mantel do an old face. Dutch Mantel don't do old face. In other news, Star Wars Theory dared to say he felt SA was not appropriate in Star Wars, which prompted a bunch of people to actually defend SA in Star Wars because they hate Star Wars Theory. This is the point we're at, people. This is where we're at. I'm just pointing it out. Meanwhile, people express frustration as the Onion can't compete with reality anymore. Oh, bullshit, they can. Insider news, the Sergeant Rock movie was canceled. You really didn't see that one coming, did you? Welcome to DC, the new land. It might as well be run by Kathleen Kennedy. So much shit's gonna get canceled. Just the way it's gonna be. I don't know, guys. I think that's the best belt for Ronda Rousey ever. In other wrestling news, what the hell is that? Oh my word. Please don't make a toy of that. Please don't. The Thunderbolts premiered and was getting rave reviews until real people saw the movie and realized that when they see a slop, something that isn't offensively bad seems like excellent. Hi, Deadpool. UPS is laying off 20,000 workers. Why? Because the expected impact on shipping, because, well, the ports are closed. No, they're not closed, but they may as well in effect be. Amazon said they were going to show the tariff costs on items. Then it was their Temu site, sort of Temu site, Haul, which no one's ever heard of. And then they said no. They weren't going to show the tariffs. So, gee, Bezos fell on his ass again. And in a surprise to no one, The Last of Us viewership and ratings dropped after Joel was killed. Same thing happened in the game, which is why Last of Us 2 is one of the most reviled games ever. But no, it can't be that. Let's blame misogyny. And it's review bombing too. It's trolls. Because now the story's led by a woman. Yeah, just stop it. You're making yourself look bad with this one. Of course it is Collider, so maybe that's the point. Not all the YouTubers who were getting stuff early and thought they had a way around the tariffs. The CMD store announced they're not shipping to the United States for a little while because your guys are acting so bad. Stop it. I mean, really, that's how they were acting. They're just like, gosh, America, stop it. Meanwhile, in all this tariff headache, yeah, the graphic, get it. There was this floating around saying, yeah, look at this. Because there's no real source for this. No, my name's attached to it. And the math don't math. So I'm thinking this is fake. Could be wrong. But, looks like it comes off of Reddit. And Reddit, social networking without all the pesky dignity. The president was quoted as saying, maybe kids will now get $2 instead of 20. showing how out of touch he is. Seriously, 75% of the people buying toys right now, they're also members of AARP. Although now that I'm seeing this quote from Trump, Pedro Pascal's outfit at the premiere of Thunderbolts is starting to make a lot more sense. He's just a big toy collector. Meanwhile, a bland commenter was crying because people on YouTube cry about not being able to buy toys. Whatever, bland. Whatever. I mean, it's not like you're being forced to watch this stuff. Also this week, the Toy Association said that Christmas is at risk. Little did I realize we were dealing with the Sheriff of Nottingham. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Cancel Christmas, Alan Rickman. Watch the movie. Very good. So apparently earlier in the week, all the retailers went to the president and said, hey, we ain't gonna have stuff to sell. The president's response? Let them eat cake. Okay, not really, but didn't really have a joke for that one. In other news, Powertown Wrestling for 2 years in a row. Oh, is it 3? Never mind. Forgot how to send emails to its customers. It sent out an apology letter saying, yeah, we're going to change our name. Yeah, this ain't suspicious. This ain't suspicious at all. Would not recommend. 1 star. So while toy collectors try to find alternate means of revenue as jobs are threatened, we here at Toypocalypse Central will keep an eye out on every meteorite that strikes the world of toy collecting. And we'll remark how these damn Thunderbolt figures, nobody wanted them. And maybe you'll sucker some people in because they think the movie's good because you've been feeding them slop for so long. But I'm still betting these end up at Ollie's. I don't care if you put them out a little early. They're at Ollie's. And a late breaking story. Bobby Valla of Valaverse says that he absorbed $11,000 of a tariff and did not pass the cost on to the consumer. Fans rejoiced. Praised Bobby for his transparency in these tough times. I'm just kidding, they called him a toxic hater for things he said 2 years ago about Lenny on the Hasbro team. Meanwhile, they rebel for a Spider-Man that's now charged $30, who's been in the States for at least 2 months. Just telling it like it is. And that looks like it'll wrap up this week's report of Toypocalypse. Remember, kids, a fart in the wind is better than 3 in the bush. Something like that, I don't know. Some kind of euphemism or something. And that's that bullshit. And remember, Bug invented bullshit. Have a good week, everyone.